Hi, everybody. This is Sarah on Saturday, and I just decided to hop on in, do a little live chat, see how everybody's doing. I hope you're I hope you get this message and do it. I don't know how to schedule it for, telling people that I'm doing this, but yeah, here I am. And Sarah on Saturday. I was lying in bed earlier, and after 10 and a half delicious hours of sleep, that was really nice. And I had to lie there for a while and figure out what day it is. Do you find yourself having to do that as well? Like, oh my, what day is it? And then it came to me, it is Pizza Saturday. So I got up and I took my ibuprofen and my Tylenol for whatever is going on since I fell, and went back to bed for a little while, and then got up and made my crust. It's always a big day, and I had my black cuppa. I've done a little food prep for Greg. It's amazing what sort of things I have to do. I see that there are 3 people here, but nobody said anything yet. Why don't you identify yourself so I know who you are? Come on out. Come on out. I see you. Anyway, so Pizza's on the menu for later. And as you can see, we've got sunshine today. So I plan to go to our wonderful beach and stick my head in the sun for a little while. It's a little early now. It's 7:33. But yeah, it's just another day. I work at midnight at the police department. We'll see what happens there. Um, so it's just business as usual. I'm pretty much a same day, eat the same thing every day of the week that I do. Tomorrow is Sunday. So at 8 a.m., I go to the Brazilian butcher and I get my ribeyes. I might get a roast to put in the crock pot. I'm not sure. I'll see how it is. Oh, hi, PJ Burke. She's having her cuppa with me. And good, good. I wanted some people to be here. I was hoping that this would be cuppa time. And so you could have your cuppa and join me as if it was just a regular video. I've already been chatting. I texted with Miss Joyce a few times on her Saturday morning. And then I did my regular emails that I do. Some people are carnivore, some aren't. And so I like to, that's how I was connecting before, much less, now because of the virus and every whole new world to see what exactly it is. It's kind of like if you had sciatica, it's where sciatica starts, but it's just like localized in like where that love handle thing is, the back of the hips, if you have the double hips like I do, where you have a ta-tunk and then it goes in and then it goes into the butt. It's the back there in the butt where sciatica would start. So I must have bruised some sort of bone back there. And so I don't know if each day is better, but I had 10 and a half hours of uninterrupted sleep. I don't have pain when I'm asleep. So that part all works. So just sticking with the carnivore, doing what we do. Sometimes I'm excited to listen to another cardio video on YouTube, and sometimes I want to listen to something, an update on the virus. And then other times I turn it into my sports radio and listen to the guys talk about the draft and all of that. And I don't know much about sports, but it's just a nice diversion, distraction. And I guess that's what my mind needs there. My talk radio is my company. And nothing's happened. Nothing's happened in as far as movement goes, but he's assigned my case to somebody and she'll be in touch on Monday. And it's breaking through the walls of the unemployment. They don't answer emails and they don't return phone calls. So that's how things are. Are any of you planning outings today to get to stores? I know some people live in the area that has had lifts being given on certain parts. I know that one of my friends in Georgia has a mani pedi scheduled. Lucky her. I took off my fake ones yesterday, and I'll give it a rest, and then I'll do my black kiss ones. Yes, and no on the other. Um, I don't know, as long as my butcher doesn't close. I drove by the butcher and I have to drive kind of by it so I can see over. It's two one-way streets. And so I can see, if I look to my left, I can see whether it's open or not. And there was no flag out and the drapes were still closed. And I went, oh no, somebody in the shop has it. And so they've had to shut it down. What will I do? Well, as I got there, they were just opening. It was 8 a.m. And so PJ Burke says Texas has modified shopping to curbside pickup. Yeah, that's pretty much the same here. It may be easier in a couple of weeks. I know that I do my little mental health routine. I have to. I get up and I do this and I have my cuppa, answer emails and texts and, kind of connect with my virtual world. And then I take a bath and I take it in Epsom salts, some Dr. Teal's, and then some salt company Epsoms. I cut the Dr. Teal's with just regular Epsom salt. So I have a little soak, unless it's a wash your hair day, shower day. And then I get ready all the way down to a spritz of my Chanel perfume just to say, you're alive, you're ready. And then I go and do a couple of errands for my mental health. Not that I need to do them, but my mental health says, yeah, just go somehow. You're with masks and gloves with everybody else at Whole Foods or Star. And, but you're doing your due, you're getting out there. And then, I'll be down my little gauge will say I've driven 28 miles and I'll go fill it up and, get $5 worth of gas. So, it's just my little routine. And I'm sure the guys at that gas station, I pump my own, they go, oh, here she is again for her like $2 worth of gas. And it's like, yeah, it's true. Sometimes I'll go to the car wash and do that too. Just to continue some semblance of what my normal was. Now, in between the gas and the car wash, of course, I do 4 or 5 or 6 hours of Ubering. It's just that's not happening. But, oh, Bertie, there you are. I was just talking about you. And I was saying, I hope you found me live. There was no way for me, or I'm not techie enough to know that, I could do a get in there get in there and say it's going to be live in 30 minutes, join in. So I'm glad you're here. So now I can mark you present and you can say that you saw what happens during a live. It's no big, shake. It's just a day where I'm talking on that day. So that's what we're doing here. And speaking of hair, weren't we? We weren't? Oh, it was in my head. So anyway, I'm getting kind of used to my longer length. And so I'll probably keep going another inch. And then it's at that pullback place, which, when it's hot weather, don't you all love to pull your hair back if it's long and just do a clippy? Yeah, I do. And so 1 more inch, and it'll give me that. And I'll be happy. What else is happening in my carnivore life? Nothing new. It's just mostly meat mostly meat. Some dairy. And like last night was my messy burger. And for a treat, I got organic hickory smoked cheddar from Whole Foods that I put on top of the messy burger. It was good. Pete and Jerry eggs. I got some of them at Whole Foods, $1.50 off, don't you know? And it's all clipless, so they just give you the discount. Love it. So I got some of those, and yeah, because Whole Foods they don't have any eggs. Kind of weird, but there's a sign that says limit to. So I guess they must have been limited to out, but they do pretty good with the veggies. And so there we go. And I was always going to different places to get my Greg's produce, not mine, and some ancillary meats, some meats on the side that aren't like the ribeye or maybe the short ribs that I cook in the crock pot. And so, oh, PJ Burke is making beef short ribs today. Yeah, I was going to get some, put them in the crock pot tomorrow when I go to get the ribeyes. And oh, that's funny, Bethany. So she says that her short hairstyle is turning into an almost bob. Yeah, I like longer hair. Um, just another inch, and you can do things like a bun, a clippy back, and things like that, ponytail. And so it just gives a little bit more versatility. And they say it's going to warm up. Right now here it's low 40s, but that's okay. When I go to the beach, I've got my little blanket, my shearling blanket, and Sherpa blanket, and I kind of cover myself up, push down the window, and put my face in the sun. It's usually a little too windy out there, and there were some little darlings that were not practicing social distancing as they all played volleyball and got sweaty. So I avoided them by being in the car too. So that's what we do here. Do you have your cuppa, everybody? It says that 8 people are here, and it's just a little bit of nothing chatter. Birdie's having ribeye today. I'm having my pizza, and it's just great to keep going with this. I have clients that have sugar cravings, and I admit that there was a part of me that said, "Oh yeah, sweet cup of coffee instead of the no sweetener." Yeah, it starts sounding like a good idea, but I'm not going to do it. But I don't like my brain even thinking that it's gonna happen. Yeah, I am very, very lucky living by beaches. Um, Especially when you see what somebody will pay for a rental for just 1 week. And the beach is still weather permitting. It doesn't mean that just because you spent $2,500 on your 3-bedroom rental for 1 week that you're going to have all sun. It doesn't always work that way. So I'm very lucky, and I like uncrowded areas anyway. And so this is a good time of year just to get some rays of sun and to do that. But they say that the negative ions at the beach, Google that to see the benefits, that there's lots of benefits to it, in addition to the fresh air and the fact that there's the sun. And then, of course, there's lots of people that are relating the idea of what sun has to do with helping your immune system with the virus. And Bethany says, she's in Michigan, she says it's cool here, 55 and cloudy, but it's okay to grill. Ooh. Oh, okay. So she's going to practice that histamine freezing where she cooks her meats on the grill and then freezes them. And when I saw the doctor talking about them, I think that she was on the Ketogenic Girl channel talking about them. It made sense to me. It's funny because they say the virus, it's a mystery. You can't see it, the bacteria. And it's the same thing with the histamines. And supposedly they begin to grow on meat in the fridge. So if you cooked something like eating a 4-day-old cooked steak, having that as leftovers, it might be sensible to kind of freeze it. And so since I did my freezer purge with my 8-year-old chicken breast, yes, it's true. And so when I cook the meat, when Greg cooks the meat on the big green egg, I keep out enough meat through the Tuesday, and then meats for Wednesday and Thursday are frozen. And so then there's no histamine growth on the meat. So I'm in a safe zone. I like that. Now, today I took out my pork country ribs out of the freezer and my beef sirloin tips, and both of those are defrosting. Greg will cook those minimally. It's a word that I have to say slow on the big green egg, and we will have at a later date. Now, the crunchy ribs, I cooked a pork chop in the air fryer that he smoked in the cherry wood chips on the big green egg last week, and then finished them off in the air fryer. Delicious, moist, tender, not overcooked or dry. And so I'm going to do the same thing with the ribs. And because they've had a taste of like browning on them from the big green egg, it just kind of continues. And it's like a nice, moist roasting to completion. And so that'll be on the menu for next week. And so that's about it. I'm going to, yeah, we're almost at 20 minutes. So I'm going to stop this live stream, but I'm so glad that Birdie got in because she had missed them, and continue on with my day. It's almost 8 a.m. I will take my Epsom salt bath and then get ready for the beach, which means bathe, get dressed, drive to the beach, and put the window down with the sun in my face. Those are my big plans for the day, and the pizza for later, and then the police department at midnight. So I hope all of you have a wonderful day. I'm so glad you're here. It's just nice to do a little live stream every now and then. It's not that I'm getting better at it, but it's just easier, and it has me connect with you, Sarah, on Saturday. I'm so glad all of you were here. I'll see you the next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.